Hello everyone, Miss Carrie here from Miss Carrie's Creations with another 5-minute Cricut class. Today I'm going to share 2 weeding hacks that have helped me when I create with adhesive vinyl. If you follow any Cricut creators on TikTok or Instagram, you've probably come across a short how-to sharing these 2 weeding tips. I'm going to break down the steps for you and share how they've helped me with my weeding process. The first one is called a weeding box. Now, I don't know how well this has helped me when I'm just creating one project, but it's great for the times when I'm making multiple designs. Let me show you how it's done. Here I have one of my SVG designs ready to go. I'm going to bring in a square shape from the left and resize it so it's a little larger than the design. I'm going to move this to the back and change the color so it's easier for you to see the sizing process. In essence, you're creating a box around the image so that you have less vinyl wasted and a clean area to weed your design. Now that I have the shape to the size I need, I'm going to attach these 2 images together. I'm going to select both images using the snag and drag method and click on the attach icon on the lower right side of the canvas. Now, did you know that you can also attach by using this menu? Just right-click your mouse button and most of your tools are right here. All right, so let's bring up Matte Preview and see what this looks like. As I said earlier, for me, this hack is not always needed. I usually cut down my vinyl to size so there isn't any excess. But if you're making multiples, this is a great hack. When I go up to the left side of the screen, I can select how many of these designs I want to make. If needed, I can move these around a bit and save even more material. The weeding box around each image can be placed next to the other and make this project much easier to cut and weed. This is where that weeding box comes in handy. Let me show you what this looks like when I've cut it out of some vinyl. With a weeding box, we're going to remove that first. This removes the excess vinyl from around the image. It leaves me with a clear area to work with as I weed the rest of the vinyl. I'm using TECKWRAP vinyl today. If you've not used TECKWRAP before, there is a protective sheet over the vinyl that prevents it from scratching. You will need to make sure that you remove that protective layer before you cut out your image. The rest of the weeding process is basically the same. The only difference is that you created that box around your image to make it easier to remove the excess. So, like I said, if you're making a single design and you've cut your vinyl to size, I don't know that the weeding box is always needed, but it is a wonderful method if you're making more than one. All right, let's head back into Design Space and look at a second hack. This one's called the offset hack. Again, I have my SVG and I'm going to click on offset in the edit bar at the top. I'm going to create a shadow layer around my design that's about 0.05 inches larger than the image. I'm going to input that number and you'll see that shadow or offset layer appear. When you create an offset, sometimes you end up with little spaces between the letters or inside of each of the letters. For this weeding process, I don't like to have those on my images. To remove them, I'm going to click on the offset layer, choose contour in the lower right, then remove all the little cuts or contours from the image. This takes just a few seconds to do, but it's going to make it much easier to cut and weed this design. Now I'm going to attach these together. When we go to Matte Preview, this is what your design will look like. I'm going to cut this out and then I'll show you how this helps with the weeding process. Again, I have some TECKWRAP vinyl and my little weeding pen. I'm going to remove the offset portion of the design first. I'm using a weeding pen, which is new to my craft room. I will admit that it takes a little getting used to, but it is a fun little tool to have and has a much finer tip than a weeding hook. I find that if you come at the vinyl at an angle, it's much easier to grab and pick up. And now that I have all the offset layers removed, I'm going to remove the remaining vinyl. And you can see how this is going to make it so much easier to remove vinyl around your letters without disturbing those small images. Combine the offset hack with the weeding box hack, and you have 2 simple ways to make weeding a little easier. All right, there is your 5-minute Cricut class. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel, or let me know in the comments if you wish to see more of these types of videos. If you wish to view more of my 5-minute classes, go ahead and click on that playlist and learn more ways to use your Cricut. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see what you create.